All opinions expressed by the program participants are solely their own opinions and do not reflect the opinions of Upscale Love for You. The program participants' opinions are based on the information that they consider from their own knowledge. No expressions or accuracy is related to Upscale Love for You. Good evening and welcome everybody. This is Dr. Feel Good here, the one that's real good, and being good is what I do because I'm part of the Upscale Love for You crew. Welcome today, the 29th of June of 2023. What we just ran was the subject of how far will you go for pleasure, and the pleasure for your measure, because I am a treasure. I'm going to pass it over to my favorite lady, Lady T. So Lady T, what you got for me?
You know what, Dr. Feel Good, you always make me feel real good. Welcome, everyone. We are so excited tonight. I am going to have a blast. This is Lady T coming live from the 305. So I am ready for this ride. So I'm going to hand it on over to Special K. Let me see what you have to say.
Thank you, Lady T. I like that. Hey, everyone. Good evening. Just want to welcome you all tonight to tonight's show. This should be a fun topic tonight. Hope everyone has a great time. By the way, I'm Special K coming live to you from the 912 Savannah, Georgia. And I'm sliding on over to no other than our Action Jackson.
Welcome everyone. Thanks for tuning in tonight's episode of Upscale Love for You. I'm your co-host, Action Jackson, represent 876 Jamaica Mine, and represent ATL as well. Tonight gonna be a great topic about pleasure, guilty pleasure, and hopefully we have a great show and everyone enjoyed. I'm passing over to Dr. Fab.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. I am yours truly, Dr. Fabulous, CEO and founder of Upscale Love for You. And it is indeed a pleasure to be here this evening and welcome each and every one of you. I'm a little out of breath. I'm a little winded, but I'm here. So I'm going to cut to the chase. If this is your very first time coming, let me give you just a little insight about what Upscale Love is for you. Okay, the purpose is formulated to entertain, educate, and facilitate self-help, self-love, and everything you want or wish to know about love, relationships, dating, and marriage, etc., etc. Upscale Love for You uncovers very hot topics, sensitive issues, and tales of stardom. Okay, so whether you are actively seeking direction or just looking for ways to pass the time or genuinely looking for a good conversation, Upscale Love is here for you. So please don't let this be your last time. But you know what? Keep in mind that we're here for you all the time. And I'm going to pass it back over to Dr. Feelgood. I'm hearing like a background noise going off. It's like, dun, dun, dun. Am I the only person hearing that?
I hear it.
It's like an alarm clock.
Yeah, it stopped.
Okay, thank you. Because, I thought I was going a little tipsy for Cocoa Pop. Just a little crazy. So without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to you. And I believe the lady of the hour that's starting this thing off tight and right is none other than Lady T.
Thank you again, Dr. Fab. Well, this is my favorite topic, guys. You know I'm a little hot. So, Dr. Feelgood, I want to start it off with you. Can you tell us what exactly is a guilty pleasure? Dr. Feelgood, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. You can't hear me?
Yes, there you are.
Okay. What I was going to say, a guilty pleasure is something that necessarily you might not be too proud of, but you like. It's sort of like, you're supposed to be on a diet, but you can't help but eat ice cream all the time. or you like to, you messing with somebody that you really ain't supposed to, but you do it anyway because it makes you feel good. That's a guilty pleasure. Something that if somebody else found out, you would not be happy for them to know, Lady T. Does that satisfy your curiosity?
Oh yeah, that satisfies me very well. So I'm going to start it off with my favorite girl, Leanne. Do you have any guilty pleasures?
No.
None?
Well, eating sweets, but I get guilty after I eat it, but I'm eating. But you're talking about
Man, you
sexually.
said that's so
You talking
flat.
about sex, but you saying sexually. So no, sexually I don't have guilty pleasures. I just do what I do and it is what it is. I'm serious. No, you shouldn't feel guilty about yourself and what you do. That's what it is. It is what it is, and it is what it ain't supposed to be. So do you, boo?
Please hurry up.
Hang up? You want me to hang
No,
up?
no. I have a little teaching in the background.
Oh,
So
because you asked me what a guilty pleasure is. Like I said, I'm not supposed to be eating this ice cream. I'm gonna eat it. Afterwards, I'll just suffer the consequences. But we're talking about sexually. So, are there guilty pleasures sexually? That would be my question. No.
So when I got one, I like to watch.
But that's not guilty.
It is. If you ain't watching who you're supposed to be watching.
What you mean is not something you're supposed to be watching? You're a grown ass man. Why you can't watch what you want to watch?
Look, let me lay it down to you.
Yes.
If you walking by my little podcast that I have, I always end my podcast by saying, "Never make love by the garden gate, because love is blind, but the neighbors ain't."
Okay, that's a cute one.
That's a guilty pleasure. Looking at somebody else doing something you ain't supposed to see. That's a guilty pleasure. I like looking at that.
Well, they got their windows open, right, for you to see. They got their doors and windows open for you to see. They didn't close the blinds, and you know a lot of people don't close their blinds.
Yeah,
so
that's voyeurism, but that's exhibitionism. Voyeurism is you looking, but
So
right.
would that be
you don't
considered?
know.
But would that be considered guilty because you passed by?
You ain't supposed to be looking, and then
wait.
And then they walk by the next day. And you look at them, and they can't even look you in the eye, or you can't even look them in the eye because you know what they've been doing.
They can't, but you can.
Out.
But you can look them in the eye. They can't look you in the eye, but you can look them in the eye.
If they didn't know I seen them, I seen them.
Okay.
Feel good.
Listen to lady, Dr. Fab. Go ahead, Dr. Fab.
Feel good. You said you like to watch. So is that called a voyager? Are you a voyager?
Not a voyager, a voyeur. To do something in public, provocative in public, is exhibitionism. To enjoy the right pleasure of watching is voyeurism.
You said you like to watch, so that's give me that title.
That's not necessarily voyeurism. I mean, if it's in my sight, I'm gonna see it. But I'm not actively looking. I'm not actively sitting out somewhere looking at
a peeping
to an orgy and stuff and be sitting and spectating, eating popcorn, talking about, yeah, stroke that. Nah. But
okay. All right.
I do like to watch. And if somebody has a sex tape that they need me to watch, I will watch it. Go ahead.
Okay. So if you're at the park, say you're at the park after dark, and a couple is in the park and they're making out, and you're just simply like maybe walking your dog. And you, at first, when you spoke and said good evening, you didn't notice what was happening, but as you passed by, you did. Are you gonna take a second look and feel guilty for that?
Hell yeah!
Why?
I feel guilty about
They're
it.
in the park. Wait a minute.
Hey, but they don't. If they don't know I'm there, like I said, I walk by them the next day, and I'll be like, I just have like, damn, I saw what you did. I know what you did.
Yeah, but my thing would be, I hope y'all enjoyed yourself and put it around for me or something like that. I'm gonna let you know. I don't care. That's not guilty though. But that's not guilty.
Hey,
because they were
guilty.
Out in the public. They were out in the public.
Your guilty and my guilty are two different guilties. I'm gonna
That's
leave it
true.
at
When
that.
you that's true. Okay. All right. So I don't have guilty pleasures like that.
Okay, let me move on to Anson. That was a nice conversation. What about you, Anson? Welcome.
Welcome. How's everyone doing? It's a long time no see. But no, I don't have any guilty pleasures because the definition of a guilty pleasure is something that you would be embarrassed if other people found out. I'm not embarrassed by nothing I do. So it's nothing that I enjoy that I'm embarrassed by.
Okay.
Thank you, Anson.
Okay, Anson, you real, I see. Well, I mean, guilty pleasure is something like you said, watching some porn, music, eating. It's not, necessarily having sex, but it's something that you really enjoy. So it could be smoking a cigar, it could be like Dr. Philgood said, just watching. So I mean, me personally, I would like to be in a big spa tub with milk and roses and just let the men just wash me down. I would love that.
Would you be embarrassed by that though?
Oh no, at all. Just to have, be nude, and I'm a firm believer of walking around without clothes. So you can squeeze my little chicken fat, whatever you want, you can do it.
I'm gonna ask Dr. Feelgood, where's the nearest nudist beach to Miami so Tasha can get her a round trip?
Collindale, you don't even have to ask.
Collindale Beach, yep.
Well, go on now. Go on with your bad self.
But you're not gonna feel guilty if you're going to a nudist beach because you're going there for a reason.
And you're fitting in.
Yeah.
So that's not my guilty pleasure.
No, now I know this kind of off topic because I've never been to a nudist beach. But do people just stand around and gawk and gaze, or do they just act normal and continue to walk like everybody got on clothes?
They act normal. They gaze and they act normal.
Listen. In Germany and Europe, they have topless and nude beaches. People walk around. You know who you can tell who's American, because they eyes can't stay in their head because they looking around. People, if everybody's doing the same thing and you doing something different, you standing out. So if you
okay.
Yeah, so if you at a nude beach and everybody just chilling, you gonna be chilling. If you ain't never been there,
it's completely nude from top to bottom.
They got
it's just free, you're just walking around, you enjoying yourself, you playing in the water, you're sunbathing.
So I take it you've been there before, Lady T.
I shall not disclose my location.
It's okay that you went to haul over to the nude beach. It's okay. It's okay.
Okay, all right.
And those of you who love to watch and fantasize, you have some that really is hanging out there and some just let him.
Okay, so we got the background going again.
Yeah.
You got a reverb, Lady T. You got a reverb. And mute your phone.
No, that's not me. What is that?
Okay, that's the recording.
Dr. Feelgood. Sorry, guys, we're having technical difficulties. So,
y'all didn't know that Dr. Feelgood wanted to be a DJ. So I guess he back there practicing with that as you say, reverb. He's scratching. Dr. Feelgood. Something you got.
I think he's trying to fix it.
You can mute him, Dr. Fab, as a co-host. You can mute him until he gets okay.
I already got it. I'm on it. I just wanted to let him know, but that's what's going on because it'll be recorded. But nevertheless, go ahead. We're not going to get into this here.
Anything wrong with it? I mean, we came here without clothes. We should live freely without them. But
Well,
that's
all
just my
right.
personal opinion. Okay, let's go on to the next question. Let's see. So do you feel like having a guilty pleasure is wrong?
The Second Amendment interpreted as solely about.
What about you, Adrienne?
Nothing to do with
Hold on.
not only, as you were just pointing out.
No. Oh, no. I think guilty pleasures are probably things you shouldn't feel guilty about because it brings you joy. So as I get older, I start to think of it if it's a pleasure, I try not to associate the guilt with it and think to myself that I deserve it. If it makes me happy and it brings me joy, I try to deal with the guilt part of it because my guilty pleasures would probably be things like shopping and treating myself excusably to things that maybe I shouldn't necessarily be doing, but I try to move the guilt away from it now. As I mature, I feel like I deserve it. So it's just a pleasure. So I'm getting into a stage in my life where I don't believe there's such a thing as guilty pleasure because if it brings
I
me
agree.
and it makes me happy, then that's it.
And I feel like you're a little bit freer now, like you're not so weighed down. And I think with the world, people get wrapped up in how society's supposed to be. And I think, as a person, when you start finding yourself, you can start finding your freedom. So I just don't think that exists in my life. I just like to live.
Me too.
So, oh, look who's back, Papa Doc. How are you tonight? Papa Doc? Can you hear me? Can anyone hear me?
We can hear you, Tasha.
Hear
I don't
you.
believe that Papa Doc could hear you.
Dr. Fab? So,
Was that like a
government.
okay?
One of the that I know that is a guilty pleasure and people refuse to give up is the online shopping, the apps and games, late night snacking, lunch dates with girlfriends / male friends. So one of my questions with the ladies, have you ever been addicted to like having an orgasm? Is that even possible, ladies?
Kyle, I thought you was getting ready to say, "Are you addicted to shopping?"
No,
And you
that's
just
you.
turned it
No.
all the way around.
I wasn't expecting that one.
Me neither, because honey, I was gonna say I'm addicted, I'm guilty. They're gonna take me to prison next week.
Anyone? Hello, don't be shy.
Well,
Look at Nasty J.
we just, Nasty J came up. We got to come up. You know what? I know this is off topic, but everyone tonight, if you would put in the chat a name that you think fits Action Jackson other than that word, because I didn't call him Master Jackson, Slick J, you name it. So we got to come up with a name for him. And I'm gonna ask you all before we get off this call tonight, just start putting some names in the chat. But I see in the chat somebody say their guilty pleasure is cussing. And you know what? I guess I could get a check mark off of that, because some days, my daughter can make you cuss from A to Z, then come back and do a tic-tac-toe with it. So I think I have a guilty pleasure of that cursing thing, because I try to be saved 24/7, but sometimes 7/24 this right, But back to your question about the orgasm. I won't say that a woman or myself is guilty of having orgasm pleasure. When you get it, you got it. It's great. Check mark 100. But every time it's not necessarily guilty, because I feel that when you're making love, and I'm gonna use that keyword, making love, when you're with that person, you want to get it. You want to have that orgasm. You want him to have his, and you're going to get yours regardless. Because if
But it's women don't always get it though, Dr. Fab.
Oh, well, I don't know. I can't say that.
Be fair, we don't always get it. But
I'm gonna get mine.
Get it,
but you better fake it to make him happy.
Yeah, you just do it to make him happy.
Well, I ain't that kind of person. That's
my question.
But yes, you would. Yes, you would, Dr. Fab. Let me explain.
Explain. Wait.
Let me explain.
You said that I would have to fake it to make him feel like he's done a great job.
Okay, let me explain. But let me explain why you would fake it if you didn't get an orgasm. Okay, let me just explain to you because you said you wouldn't. I'm not gonna say I never fake it, because if I meet a nice guy,
see, Miss Dukes even say she not faking it either. I don't blame you.
No, but listen, I'm gonna tell you why you would.
Okay,
you meet a nice guy, you know, at first that sex might not be on point. It might not be all of that, but you really like them. You gotta give them like a second and third chance, because men just can't always function a certain way. They may ejaculate easy or early, and they excited, and you got to give them another chance, or they think might be a little not as big as you want it to be. You know, and you gonna fake it just to see if they can come back for more. But after a couple of times, wait a minute, don't jump in yet, lady team. After a couple of times, if it's no good, you ain't gonna fake no orgasm because something coming out of your mouth, and you gonna say, well, damn, I'm wasting my time. So technically, you're not trying to hurt their feelings. You're not trying to be that person. And you know, you want to give that man a little macho feeling to let him think he's doing something even when he's not. But after a couple of times, if it's not, then you're not going to carry on the relationship anyway, because he can't sexually satisfy you. And you got to tell him. Tell him, I thought you were doing something the first time, but damn, man, you ain't.
But Leanne, you know that will hurt their feelings.
But at that point in time, you don't care, because at that point in time, you don't care if it's hurting their feelings, because you can't hurt yourself but so many times. That's hurting you too. So in the beginning, you do want to give them a chance. You want to try to nurture the relationship. You want to try to massage it and get it going. Okay, let me see what they said in the chat about what I said. People are on here.
See, we need Danny on the call tonight.
I have something to say about that.
Yes, Miss
Tammy.
Go ahead.
Okay, Tammy, go ahead.
Well, I am not faking for anyone. I don't care how much I like them. I think if we get to that point where we're going to be intimate, we grown, we need to have that conversation of what's expected. And you're right, every time it don't be perfect, but you're only going to get one or two tries. And if it ain't what it's supposed to be, I'm moving on.
Right, you're going to move on, but
I ain't going to fake and make him think that he did something that he didn't.
What's that movie star you like? The light skin bald head. What's his name?
Christian Keys or either Common.
Yeah. Okay, so wait a minute. So you were Christian Keys, and the first time y'all have sex, and he can't let you get an orgasm or anything.
Okay.
You gonna make him? How you gonna make him feel? What you gonna do to?
First of all, we don't have this conversation.
Okay,
I
right.
haven't slept with nobody that we haven't had an understanding of what's to be expected.
Right, but you gonna have that.
Okay, yeah. And if he don't do right, I'm gonna ask him what's wrong. Maybe he had a long day. Maybe he was tired. I'm gonna give you that, and we could try it again another time. But if we having that same issue, then no. That's just how it is.
Okay, you could still ask what's wrong, but you can. But at least
I'm not faking no orgasm.
Okay.
Positive.
I'ma do when Harry met Sally. I'ma
So is it,
fake that orgasm. I'm sorry.
Leanne, I got a
Yes.
question. Is it
Okay.
considered faking it if you know how sometimes when you intimate and they'll ask you, did you get to that point? Did you come? And you be like, yeah, but you didn't. That's faking it.
That's lying.
Well, yeah,
but
I'm guilty
see,
of that. I've done
okay,
that
all right.
before.
So here,
I didn't.
okay. So here's what might happen. Say I don't get an orgasm, and he knows that I didn't. I might turn around and get off on my own. I might do myself, and he can see me or watch me do the orgasm because he didn't get there. But I'm not gonna try to hurt his feelings. Is that offensive if I do that? This is to the gentleman. If a man can't get me to my orgasmic point, is it offensive if I masturbated in front of him trying to get myself off? Is that offensive?
No, Leanne,
I
not
don't
at
think
all.
it is, but I
Okay.
would like to hear
All right.
what the men think.
Okay, I want to hear what the men think too.
I don't think it'll be offensive because I probably, if you didn't get off, I ain't get off neither. Most likely.
But women don't care whether a man get off or not. It's the men that care about women.
Well, you asked if I care if she get off. You know what I'm saying? If I watch. No, I don't care because 9 times out of 10, I'm not going to be off either.
Okay. All right. But you won't be offended.
No.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so now, these old virginism eyes. Anyway, I cannot see. I know that's Leanne's voice. I hear because I know Leanne's voice. Someone else was just talking and y'all called her something. I didn't get the name and I didn't see the person because I love to put a voice with a face. So was that person not showing up, or I heard Miss Nikki comment. I'm just trying to bring it back. Is it Tata over there that was talking? Is that the person that was
No,
talking with you?
I think it was Miss Dukes.
Oh, Miss Dukes. Okay, Miss Dukes. Okay, honey dumpling. I just wanted to know who was talking so I could just put it together. Okay, all right. We moving right along. But no, if a man does not perform to his highest peak, and then he asks you, did you come to that point, let's say, and Special K said that she would respond yes. Never do that because you're going to allow them to think that they have hit the finish line, and then you will always have to turn off, gear yourself to do what? Like Leanne says, self-pleasuring. So if he did not hit a home run that night, that's the time when you should be vocal to have a conversation, not to hurt their feelings, but to give them some great corrective criticism on how they can perform and what you like, because only you know what you like. And if it is a person, I'm gonna give you a prime example. If you have a person that expect a person to go like a maniac, and that's what you like, then that's what you tell him you like. But if you like it soft and calm and sensual, and they're going like a maniac, what is that? That's going to be a big turnoff for you. So never lie to justify, to keep his feelings to a certain peak. You have adult conversations on how he can get to the standard of what you like or what you want. You got it, Special K?
So yeah, so I would like to hear, I'm not hearing much from the men. So men, if that's
one of
the
the
case,
main men, Dr. Feelgood, said that he will not be coming back on this evening because of his mic or what's going on with it. And Papa Doc can't get his hearing to come through. Are you okay, Papa Doc? Can you hear now? Can you hear now, Papa Doc? Apparently he can't hear still. So
He's gonna have
basically,
to reboot and sign in again.
he said he's tried it 3 times.
We have Beard One in the house.
Okay,
Yeah,
well, come on.
I just want
You
to
all
know
got to
if the
stand in for him.
I just want to know from the male's perspective, if the woman is coming to you saying just what you said, Dr. Fabulous, are as men, are you willing to be receptive to that? Are you going to listen and perform exactly the way she likes it, needs it, or wants you to perform?
Hello.
That's
How you
not
doing?
going on, Mr.
So
Beer.
I'm gonna be
Go
I'm gonna be
ahead,
100%
Cougar.
honest with you.
Okay.
We don't take it as offensive as women think we do. If you say it in the beginning, you know, everybody likes things different. Everybody likes it different. If you know it's a first or second encounter and you kind of want us to do something different than what we're used to, you say it in the beginning. You say it with love. It's not a problem. You wait 6-7 months faking it like y'all said earlier,
Exactly.
then that's an ego killer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I've been telling myself that I was handling my business. I'm even doing, you know, my happy dance on the way to the kitchen. So you
There you
can't,
go.
you know what I mean, lift me up by lying to me and telling me I'm doing a good job, and then shut me down 6 months later, which a lot of times it'll happen like in an argument or even
Yeah,
a random
that was what
discussion.
I was getting ready to say. Because
Let
when you
me-
argue, you like, boy, you
and-
think you
Mhm.
all that, and you ain't even never
Yeah.
made me come to no peak or nothing. I've been lying all the while.
Now, see, I'm not letting it go 6-7 months. I was speaking on like what we were saying between maybe the first to third encounter. I mean, I would give it a try, but after the third, I would say encounter, and if it's still hitting the same way and it's just not doing anything for me, it's just not going to work. I'm not going to
But you
lead
know-
no one on for 6 or 7 months.
No, Special K.
Nah.
The reason being is because you lied from the beginning, telling him he got it right. Instead of stopping, like, pop the brakes. Wait a minute. The first time, okay, it wasn't the way I wanted, but we're just doing this for the very first time. But let me tell you, babe, I would like you to take it slow and easy. Then build up the momentum to get that groove where you know you had that pop. Let me stop playing with you. Doctor, I'm going to say Special K, but nevertheless, don't ever tell a man a lie to tell him he's doing good or great or whatever. It could be the first time, the second time, or the third time. Don't lie. Just be who you are and tell him what you expect and what he expects of you. Because you might think this just like, now, when you get down with the oral thing, and some women think that they're getting down with what they're getting down with when they really should be getting a book or a videotape to really learn certain techniques. And you think you're doing it well, and then they come back and they in that old heat of the moment having a fuss, and they might come back and say, girl, you almost bit my off. And you have to say, I'm so sorry about that. But you thought you was really good at what you was doing, but you really not. And then they say, okay, well, I think you need to take a class. But it's all the way in which you express things to someone and get the understanding. Because first of all, you're not going to be intimate with someone if you're not feeling them. So you want it to go somewhere unless you just up for one night stands. That's just not what it is. But basically, you're building a relationship, or you laying a foundation for it to get better. You start out in the learning stage and you progress. So, Beard, go ahead, baby. You got your hand up. We talking to Mr. Beard. Go ahead, Mr. Beard.
So I mean, you're absolutely right. And from a man's point of view, I'm gonna just tell you, we could take it a whole lot better in the beginning. I don't know you sexually, even if I've been dating you for 6 months, a year, whatever. So things that work for the previous may not work for you. So if you tell me in the beginning, you know, hey baby, you know, that was great, but you know, I kind of like this and I kind of like that. And when you did this, that was fire. And if he did something good, you know, you gas him up a little bit, make him feel good. It's also a stroke to our ego. As men, we like to pleasure our women. So you can't run around thinking, I mean, the first time, obviously, you don't know. But if you really like them, you know, you kind of guide them where, you know, baby, nah, don't do it like that. Do it like this. And you kind of swim them where you want them to be in the beginning. He knows that he don't know you. He think he know what he got, but he knows, okay, I might have to switch it up for this one. You know what I'm saying? She don't like that trick. Let me do the backflip first and then go in. You know what I mean? It may be a different situation like that. But the more you let it go, and the more we walking around here feeling good, and we think you smiling, and you really not. It's an ego hit. Then you got to ask yourself, okay, now that I told him he wasn't really doing nothing, is he gonna receive instruction next time, or is he gonna be discouraged? So you got to worry about if that's how that's gonna go that way. And honestly, most guys we don't. The best way to put it, because y'all was talking about if you just rolled over and just start doing it yourself. That it's a mood killer, especially if you ain't start off like that.
Oh, that's interesting. So Beard One, what are your guilty pleasures?
As far as what?
Anything. It could be anything.
I'm a little bit on a wild one, man. I like to explore and do wild stuff, man. So I like everything.
Give us an example. What is everything? That could be pimple popping, vacation planning. What is everything?
Disgusting.
You talking about vacation
Yes,
planning?
Lady T, you spoiling the mood now. Damn.
But I just I'm being facetious. No, what is your guilty pleasure? It could be anything. It does not have to refer to sex. I don't know why people think that. It could be anything. Playing with your pets, into music. What are,
Okay, I'm so lost.
What is your guilty pleasure? It's something that you like to do, but you are ashamed of it, or maybe the world says no, you can't do that, or you're a pervert, or whatever the case may be. So, what is your guilty pleasure?
The definition of guilty pleasure is an activity or piece of media that someone enjoys, but would be embarrassed by if other people found out.
Oh, I ain't embarrassed by it too. Well, I guess you could say voyeurism. Kind of bad about that one.
I just talked about that earlier. But then Dr. Feelgood says he can't come back on to give us the correct term, this and that. But I thought that when you're watching, you were automatically considered that, but I guess not.
From my understanding, it was people that like to do it random spaces or public place, just because you're in a public place don't mean you got an audience. You can sneak off, go here, go there, anything that's usually not conventional.
I think
that kind of excites though. Okay, well then that. No, that was on. Never mind. Go ahead.
Who said that? Wrong. Who said exhibitionist?
I think me answer.
Oh, okay.
Well, I guess we're gonna have to Google that one, but it's one or two.
Oh, it's
random stuff.
Okay. I got you.
Okay, let's see who else is on the line. Ryan, would you like to chime in?
I think Ryan got a little bad background noise going on. I don't know what's going on. You know what I think it is, you all? They are doing this update on this here 5, what is it, 5 from 4 to 8, 10 or something. All of these here different cell towers going on. So the background noises that you're hearing is because they're not completely updated. But I saw someone else come on who, is it Julian? I'm assuming Julian is a man. You got Jerome, iPhone. See, these iPhones, I would love for you all to have a name with your iPhone, because we got iPhone 1, iPhone 2. But I missed the conversation. Papa Doc said that he cannot connect and he could not hear. He apologizes for not being able to get on this evening. He said he tried to come on 2 or 3 times and it went out, so he won't be back on this evening, but to send him the transcript, Lady T. So that's a message.
Will do. We aim to please.
Aim to please. Okay. So.
Okay. All right. Well, my partner was Dr. Feelgood tonight, but Special K, I'm gonna slide it over to you.
See.
Right, thank you. You okay, Dr.
I'm not
Phil?
going. No, I'm definitely not okay. I'm gonna voice my opinion, but we're gonna keep it. Oh, that's so beautiful. Anywho, go ahead, Special K.
So
And Nasty J, since you don't want your name to be Nasty J, y'all better come up with some names in the chat box.
In the chat. I got you.
Cause I'm on fire over here. Y'all
I see.
Okay, thank you. So I guess you could say I have a few guilty pleasures. I mean, like most of us, shopping is one of them for me. I really have to control myself with that. And I've been doing good, so I'm gonna give myself a pat on the back for that. My other guilty pleasure is like Marlena, ice cream. I will stop off at McDonald's or somewhere. That's like my little treat to myself. And the other one is I like to listen to twerk music, especially when I'm in the gym working out. That's my.
Can
that's
you twerk, Special K? You gonna have to show me. Listen, I can't twerk.
I can't. But I like to listen. That's my go-to music. It gets me going.
Okay.
And I have one thing, and I have a guilty pleasure that I've never experienced. So it's a guilty pleasure in my mind. A swingers club. That's something I've always been.
Nice.
Yeah, I've been interested in. I'm not gonna sit here and say I would participate. I don't know. It's always been something. Right, because it's always been something that I just like curious about it.
They got one in the Bahamas. Don't y'all miss that ship getting back on?
Oh, I didn't even know that.
You all. I believe you just were yet.
Look, Miss T. Du said she got the hookup. I might have to talk to her.
Listen, Miami got everything you need. So when it's time for Lady T to host, just put your religion to the side because we're gonna have a ball the entire weekend.
Oh, okay.
Hey, well, I'm ready.
I'm gonna make all y'all fantasies come true.
Oh, okay.
I can just see y'all now.
So with that being said, I guess my question tonight is we had talked about this. It's not really a guilty pleasure, but some of you may heard, some of you may have not, about the unfortunate sinking of that submersible, the Titan, where the passengers paid $250,000 because this was a pleasure of theirs. This was something they were really passionate about and were really into. So my question is, to what extreme would you go, if any, but to what extreme would you go to explore your guilty pleasure, or even just something you're passionate about? It may not be such as per se a guilty pleasure, but to what extreme would you go, or would you, or what price would you pay to explore your guilty pleasure or just something you're passionate about? That anyone would like to answer? Or you know what, we haven't heard tonight. Jerome B, are you there? Jerome, maybe he's not.
I don't know.
What about, I don't want to, oh, Jerome?
I'm here. Yes, I'm here.
Okay. So do you hear the question? I was asking, to what extreme would you go, if any, to explore your guilty pleasure or something you're just really passionate about?
I'm trying to think. I think I'm pretty reserved. So nothing that I do or have a passion about is like going to harm me. So I'm pretty reserved. So if I had to do something that I was passionate about, I would do it. But I know for me it won't harm me because I'm not like a daredevil. I don't do stuff like that.
Right. Okay, okay. Yeah, I would say that I would have limits myself. If it's something attainable, it's something like the swingers club is something I can do, and I think that's something I am going to experience for myself
Right.
just one time. But yeah, it definitely, if it's unsafe, I'm just gonna do it. It'll just be a guilty pleasure in my head, I guess.
Yeah. Like I don't have anything that I feel like would like harm me in any kind of way. So anything that I have in my head that I would like to do, it would be like something that's, in reality.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
I
Well,
have a quick
thank you.
question for
Mhm,
Kay. Since
mhm.
you say that's your guilty pleasure with going to a swingers club, now your guilty pleasure, are you willing or you want to fulfill this as a single person, or would you do that guilty pleasure if you were married?
In all
Think it make a
honesty,
difference?
I was going to say, in all honesty, it's something I would want to experience with a partner. Yeah, with my partner, because I
Okay.
think that's the whole definition of the swingers club is usually partners, right? Husband and wives or whatever.
Okay,
No,
but you
no, it's not.
said that
No,
you
It's a
said
whole
that you
lifestyle.
so it can be you can be single and get access to these clubs going by yourself.
They'll just charge you more.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, I didn't know that.
I didn't either. Thank you,
Yeah.
Anson.
You're welcome.
Any highly recommended? Body?
I've never been, but I know people who do, who have gone, but I think they call it, I think it's two of them down here in Miami. Is one in Fort Lauderdale called Trapeze,
Mhm.
and I can't remember the name of the one in Dade.
Oh, okay. I know two people who do that,
Mm,
and they have the private parties.
mm.
So to get into those parties, it's like a process. You got to get tested. You have like I think it's like I don't know, like 3 months or something. You have to wait and get tested again, and then you're in this club, and then they have them at different places and do different things and set it all up, and whatever your
okay.
fantasy
I'm
is.
jumping in here
So,
tonight because I'm really confused. Now, when you say now, maybe I'm asking too deep or I'm going too deep. You said that you wanted to go. So when you say want to go, that means you want to participate, Kay, because
okay.
Lady T is saying that you got to be tested, this and that and the other. You don't have to be
No,
tested
no,
for
no.
your eyesight if you
I
going to.
said the private parties, you're not listening good. I said the private parties, you have those two places, you don't have to go through none of that. But when you start going and you're meeting people, those people end up having private parties. Well,
Okay. So you
well, if
started
you're
out
going to
at
be
the
in that
swinger site.
circle, huh?
You started out at the swingers club, but then the
Yes,
swingers got together and wanted to have them a private. Oh, I got it,
they
girl.
do.
So
They
I was
do
it's
have
missing it.
them.
it's kind of like what you were talking about. What was it? Was it the voyeurism or something? What was the
Yes,
one where
one.
people
Mhm.
sometimes want to watch? Yeah. So that's kind of like that's the guilty pleasure. So I can't say that it would be a join in because I don't know until I get there and would experience it and see, yeah, and how it, makes me feel. I'm not scared of, things like that. I'm gonna be, it is what it is. But so yeah, I can't say for sure because it's nothing I've never experienced it. But for me, that's one that is it's sort of a turn on for me, to be honest,
All
sometimes
right.
to see, just like when you watching porn, you're watching other people and you're turned on by that. This is just to
Mhm.
me, in my opinion, it's just an in-person act.
Porn. I got you.
Yeah, it's an in-person.
So do you think Special K, once you go and you say, hey, I may like this, do you think this would be, and you get
It's one
addicted
of
to
them
it,
things.
or
I was going to say it's one of them things for me that I would not do it with friends. As far as if I decided to engage, it gotta be, I don't know you, I don't ever want to need to see you again. That's the whole point of my guilty pleasure. It's something, it's like I did it, what they say, like when you
But
what happens
Your
in
butt
Vegas
is
stays in Vegas.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it would be on like one of those type of things. I wouldn't say that it'll be something that it will be all the time, or nothing like that. It's really just something I'm interested in seeing. I want to see the vibe of it, what goes on, and depends on how it goes. I may or may not. Now, from what I've heard, that you can go in like, say, lingerie. You don't have to be fully undressed or anything like that.
Mhm.
And you're not forced, of course, to do anything you don't want to do.
Correct.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Let's
that's my little
see.
guilty pleasure. Boy, I'm sharing this with people I don't even know.
girl,
That's okay.
you
We have a
just
family
preparing.
here.
You
I
just
mean,
preparing. You're preparing.
there's
Right.
nothing wrong
Yeah,
with it. Like I
why?
said, Special K, be free. Be
Be
you.
free, honey. Be
Exactly.
free.
That's what I
Be,
say
you
now.
remember that
Just be
song, Black
free.
Butterfly? Black Butterfly. Be free, honey. Be free.
I don't want to leave out of here with what ifs, and I didn't get to experience this
There
because
you
I'm
go.
worried about what other people were thinking, or
Because they don't know you over in Costa Rica.
exactly. They don't know me in the Bahamas. So
Anywho, Darren Basil.
Darren.
Can you
there's
hear Darren? I know Darren got that hearing aid turned up on 10.
Hold on. First of all, there's no hearing aid, but yes, I had to call you up so that I could hear what was going on. What is everybody doing this evening?
Good evening. I want to know.
So what is the question?
The question
I know
is,
it's coming. What is the question?
what is your 2 top guilty pleasures? Because I know you got about 25. We only want the first 2.
Dr. Feelgood. Get Danny on the line. Go ahead.
Who? What was that?
She was talking to Dr. Feelgood.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking to Darren.
One of them would be the fact that, how can I describe this? One would be the fact that I prefer having an intimate weekend from a Friday to a Monday and no interruptions in between. I have this thing that it is my job from beginning to end to make sure that by the time it's over, you are completely useless. You have to tap out, and it's my job to make you say, I quit. That is my main guilty pleasure.
Darren needs to, Darren needs to open up a class.
Well, okay. So that was number 1, Darren. What's number 2?
Number 2 is just like I'm thinking every healthy man on this call, I have an affinity for the female form. I like it tall, I like it short, a little bit of weight, some little underweight. I am just a connoisseur of the female form. I think a woman's form is one of the most beautiful things on the planet. You can take a backhoe, a construction machine, or anything and drape a nice looking woman on it, and it will still be one of the sexiest things you'll ever see.
Well, I'm going to give you 10 points, Darren. I'm going to give you 10 points for that. I'm going to give you 10 points for that, Darren.
And that's just me. That has always been me. That has been one of the things that I've always been I've always recognized about myself, number 1, which is why I don't understand how people can go the other way, because I still don't understand how you want to be up under some burly, hairy, brutish man when you've got all these beautiful, gorgeous, delectable women out there. I don't understand it, but hey, that's a topic for a different night.
He got it.
Yeah, that's a topic for a different night. But the number one fetish is, it's I've always been of the mindset it at least should be a 2 for 1 as far as you ladies are concerned.
Oh, not the 2 for 1.
It has to be. That's
I'm gonna
always
give
the
you
goal.
10 more points, Darren. I'm gonna give you 10 more points. Let me stop it. Anson, you got your hand up?
I just want to say that I agree with Darren 100%. And but I would also say that I don't consider that a guilty pleasure. That's well known. I'm a huge connoisseur of the womanly form. Yes, I love it.
All
The
right.
reason I
Now
call it a
for
guilty
Anthony
pleasure,
and
the only
Darren.
reason I listed it as a guilty pleasure is because I'm sure that you will agree with me that nowadays for us to even indulge in that, we have to be very careful because of all the things that are going on
Yeah.
and how it can be labeled.
Mhm.
And the fact that it is even difficult now to compliment a woman
Right.
because of all of this. I don't need a man. I don't need anybody in my life. You can't send it. You can't even give you look nice today. I like you in that
Right.
outfit.
Mhm.
It's so bad that it's even hard to open a door for a woman now without getting a dirty look. So
Right.
that's why I listed it as a guilty pleasure.
All
I
right.
concur. I agree. I understand.
Mm-hmm.
So now,
I
without going
like
into
that,
further
Darren.
details, we can move on to the next person.
Okay.
Ah,
Was that a breath?
Okay.
Was that a breath of fresh air, Darren? I hear
no,
you.
It is
it's
for
nice to
me.
be able to talk. It's nice to be able to talk to some adults about it because one of the other, it's not a guilty pleasure, but one of the other things that I've noticed just in general, people are s- people are afraid to just talk about adult topics such as this
Yeah.
in an open forum. It is like if you bring up sex, you bring up the fact that you enjoy sex, you bring up the fact that you enjoy the opposite sex. People seem to just shut down when, if you go behind their closed doors, some of the shit that they're doing at home, you're like, why are you even putting up this front? You're worse than most people I know.
Okay.
I agree,
Point
Darren.
taken. Point taken.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this
So,
is kind of nice.
all right. Well, thank you, Darren. We're going to give you a whole 50 points for tonight. I'm going to give you check mark, check mark, check mark.
Well,
Okay.
thank you. Thank you for
All
that.
right. All right. Rolling it right on in.
Where's Mr. Jackson this evening?
Well, we
Mm,
are trying to roll him
I'm
right
I'm
on
I'm, I'm
in.
here. I'm here, Darren.
Okay,
Just listen
just
to
checking.
the conversation.
I haven't heard you all this time, so I'm just
Yeah,
wondering.
see, let me tell you about Mr. Jackson. We're trying to come up with a name for him, Darren, but you know, he want to go by the name of Action Jackson, but we're not getting no action from Jackson. We want him to put it in
I'm just being laid
play.
back tonight, just embracing the conversation, taking it one.
You can't embrace the night. You got to get full throttle because you are up next, Mr. Jackson. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
can you mute something? Oh, yeah, there it is.
Okay.
You
So
ready,
my
Mr.
guilt, yeah,
Jackson?
I'm ready.
All
So
right. Let's see what you got.
my guilty pleasure is flirting. I like my ego to be stroked sometimes, right? And sometimes that could be a problem in a relationship because you don't know when to draw the line. And it has created some problems in the past, and it is what it is. So my question, right? Since pleasure is something that makes you feel good and happy and satisfaction. So this question for Leanne, because she's like the fake it, right? Is flirting a form of cheating?
No.
Leanne said she wasn't no
Leanne
faker.
ain't
That's
faking it.
Special K
I
that
had
like to
to.
fake them.
No,
Who's
that's not what I said, Jackson.
Leanne and Dr. Fabulous, we don't fake on nothing, right, Leanne?
Period.
All right. So is flirting a form of cheating?
Yes.
Yes.
Why?
Do
I mean,
explain, because I think it's not.
I don't think it is. It's just
Yes.
having a small conversation.
Then that's a conversation, not flirting. So it's the context of the conversation.
It's a difference.
But
You can
you
talk
want to
about making a ham and cheese sandwich, but you can put your sexy voice on. You can change your tone. You can bat your eyes. You can lick your lips, and that's flirting.
But what if you won't
So
finish? Still got it though.
you're saying that if we came in here and Mr. Jackson and myself both just got nice and relaxed and said, "Ladies, would you like to have a nice ham and cheese sandwich covered in nice warm brown bread and this nice tall glass of drink?" That's flirting?
No,
No.
No,
Yeah,
that
because
was
that
And
would
normally
be.
would you like a glass of wine?
would you like a glass of
so.
wine?
Mr. Jackson, what give us an example? Because you're saying conversation, then you said flirting. To me, those are two different things.
Well, when you meet someone, you have a conversation, just small, like I like your eyes and you look good in the outfit, whatever, just small
That's
talk, make a person feel
Mhm.
compliment. Yeah, it's
You're
compliment. And
supposed to
sometimes
compliment your queen.
exactly. And a
No,
lot of
he's
times
not
the
talking
queen,
about just his queen. He's talking about just queens on the street. all
So
female.
you like to give
anatomy.
compliments to other women, is what you're saying?
yes, because sometimes you guys don't get enough compliments throughout the day. So because you guys want to help boost your self-esteem, I think most men try to, do their part by, flirting.
Mhm. Okay, but wait, there's a difference. You can compliment a woman or a man because I can have a man walk past me and I'm like, oh, you smell so nice. You smell really good. And he'll say, thank you. And we keep it moving. But if he come up at me and he turn around and want to talk or whatever, oh yes, my smile is coming up. I'm going to put on that sexy voice and I am going to indulge, but I'm not going to execute it. I'll laugh, I'll joke with you, but that's it.
Okay, so what's the difference between that and you saying now that constitutes cheating? Why is that?
I didn't say flirting constitutes cheating. Now, if I take it to the
Someone
next
did.
level and do some body action, that's cheating.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
but
okay. So
somebody
body
on here
action.
said,
But I'm going to talk, a joke, laugh, do all of that with you.
Got some hands up. Anson's hand was up. Then you have, is it Tay Tay? Yeah. Okay, you got two hand sets up. Go ahead, Anson, and then we'll come over to you.
All right, I'm gonna say that flirting is not thing. I don't believe that. But flirting is subjective. It all depends on who is doing the flirting. If your game is tight, flirting can be a conversation. I mean, flirting could just be saying hello. You know what I mean? So it all depends on who you are and who you're talking to, if that's considered flirting.
Because if Chris was if Chris Brown said hi, Dr. Fab, oh my God.
Right. Might consider that flirting.
I'm going to tell you, I'm going to cheat. My second more, I'm going to cheat. Come, Chris, let's handle some business.
But I've been accused of cheating for court.
Same here.
Just for saying hello to someone.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so I've been actually with the woman I was with at the time, accused of cheating with the staff for saying hello, just because of how they reacted to me saying
hello. Well, that's
hello.
some insecurities that some people have, but flirting, when you take it to the next level, that's what flirting is. Because I like to go back and forth, and I'm definitely an female woman that like men, but I always tease Andreen and then Darren, and that's not flirting. That's just my communication mechanism between those two. I just love to hear that both of them speak. So when I say, hey, Andreen, you thought I wasn't going to call on you tonight, I'm not flirting. I'm just pulling her in. And when I say Darren, because Darren is all 100% married, so I want you all to know I'm not flirting with Darren. That's just the way I pull him in, like rodeo. Here we go. Let's do this thing.
But that's exactly why I said flirting is subjective. It all depends on how you take it.
Correct.
And your communication skills too.
Mm-hmm. All right, Tay, what are your thoughts? Your hand was up. Is it Tata or Tay? Tata.
It's Tata.
Guess
Amen.
what now?
Hola, Tata, ¿cómo está?
Welcome.
I love your show, you guys.
Thank
Um,
you.
So I'm Latina, all right? And I think what you guys were saying earlier, I think sex is really a taboo. I think even not just like in the African American community, but I think overall in the Hispanic community as well. Talking about certain positions or talking about like toys, or I think that that's something that is not really talked about even in your upbringing. So I just think it depends. And going to the flirting part, I don't think it's cheating if you flirt, like if you talk to someone. I think everything is really in the intentions. If you're entertaining something and you feel like it could lead to something, that could be a dangerous, especially if you're in a relationship out of respect to the person that you're with. It's like you're entertaining it. So I think flirting is a dangerous area because if you continue to entertain it, it could open a door. It's nice. I think it's nice to receive a compliment. It's nice to, oh my God, someone is flirting with you, but it's also very easy to confuse it and to allow something to happen there. So I would say that is looking cheating. I mean, if you look at somebody, I mean, I'm a female and I'm Latina. And I mean, there's so many gorgeous honeys here in Miami, like straight up, I would be like, damn, like, oh, I want, like it's hard to say, oh my God, like I want that ass and I want her breast and I want her lips and I'm going to do build a bitch here. Like, like it's in my
Build a
Wow.
bee. Not build a bee. That's a conversation.
I could be a female and I could be like, damn, like if I was a dude, I'd hit it. I mean, and I'm a female, so but it's like really your intention. If you're in a relationship, and you're communicating with your partner and your partner is aware, there's a sense of integrity, there's a sense of transparency is everything. So it's like it shouldn't feel guilty if you know that you're doing the right thing or it's that you're like being honest about it. But if you feel guilty about it, maybe you're being shady or it feels shady, then maybe you shouldn't be doing it. Like, would my partner like it if I did this way, or if my partner did it to me this way? Like, how would I feel? Like, or how would I feel like if that was me on the other way around? So like my policy is always like, I like to treat people the way I would like to be treated. And if I know that maybe this person is in a relationship, then maybe I wouldn't flirt with that person because I feel like a sense of responsibility that I don't want to open a door, put myself in a situation or put this person in a situation, whether it's in the workplace, whether it's at school. I feel like also like we all represent a brand. Like we're all representing a brand, like working wise, or we represent our children, our family. So like there's certain things, maybe doors that like I don't open because I don't know where it's gonna go, and I rather avoid than it, like then it leading to other places. And it has, like, there's been times where like you entertain something and he ends up being like a pervert, and then he's messaging you and he's like sending you text messages and DMing you, and you're like, okay, maybe that was a door I shouldn't have opened. Maybe that wasn't the wisest thing. So I feel like it really, everything is about the intention. Everything is about the like if you're with your partner, you should know your partner. And I commented, like, I have no hair in my tongue. We have a saying in Spanish, yo no tengo pelo en la lengua. So it means like,
what does it mean?
Yo no tengo pelo en la lengua, which means I have no hair in my tongue, so I'm honest. So I say it how it is. I felt like a guilty pleasure. First of all, I feel like there's a lot of people on the chat lying, because we all know that we at some point we faked it, okay? Because we didn't want to hurt somebody's feelings, or we didn't want to or maybe like that it's like there's times where you want to do it but you're tired or mentally like you're just not there, so it's like you feel like okay, like your partner wants to do it but you're not. So like I feel like we all have done it. So for those that are saying, for those that are saying, I don't know, and I don't know if you have to roll over to finish yourself.
See,
I'm just
right
gonna
there,
say it.
right
That
there,
was crazy for me too. I thought that was real crazy.
What?
right there.
That you got to roll
That's
over to
why
finish
I said, can you
yourself?
be
Mm,
addicted
mm,
to the
mm.
orgasm? Because if I'm with you and things are working out, okay, we roll over. You have two options: to finish yourself off, or just say, "Okay, baby, it's okay." Which
No.
one? Which
Mm-mm.
one are you gonna pick?
I feel like
Mm-mm.
I
Nah.
feel like
Mm-mm.
we need to.
No.
I'm gonna say this from experience. I've
Mm-hmm.
been I've been married for 10 years. I got married very young. I feel that when you're one of those marriages that you marry young and you start to grow up and you start to mature, what you liked in your maybe in your like late teen years or in your early 20s, in your 30s or in your 40s, it may not be the same. And sometimes as you're going through these changes, people are not vocal about it. You go through hormonal changes. You go through like I feel like now in my 30s, I want it all the time. But
Well, get it, girl, get it.
my partner's libido is not the same,
Mm-hmm.
and there's certain positions or certain things I would like to do, or maybe things that before I was willing or capable of doing when I was younger, and then now it's like okay, like maybe that's not what I want to do anymore. And sometimes you're with your partner and as you get older, like the your
I
partner
have a
is like,
bad
oh well,
right knee.
I met you like this, or I like this, and this is how it's been all the time. And sometimes the person is not, um, then the person is not always receptive to change. So I feel like in relationships, I feel like when as especially as you get older in your marriage, I feel like that's something that needs to be established. I wish that like in when I first, but I got married at 20, so it's like I wish that 12 years ago I would have said okay, like if I would have known, I would have said like it's okay that when what I liked in my late 20s or what I liked in my 20s is it might not work out for me. It's not something that I might like. Like before, I was very experimental. I was okay with doing threesomes and doing and inviting other people in or doing certain toys or doing certain positions or but then as I'm getting into my 30s, I'm like, okay, maybe I want more intimacy. Maybe I'm kind of tired of like it feeling like it's always like fucking. I want more intimacy. So it's just it really I feel like it really just, as you get older, I feel it's transparency. And I feel like it's really about communication with your partner.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So you went from the effing stage to now you want to make love. You're gonna feel it. You want to hold on to it. I got you. Girl, I'm gonna send you my book. I got a book. Because as you get
I just
older,
feel
your
like I
knees
did all
get
of that. I
bad.
did all of that at a very young age.
Mm.
And I don't have a problem. I mean, for me, I'm a Latina and I'm very proud of it. And I don't have a problem putting the jalapenos in bed, but there's times where it's like, okay, like I'm kind of tired of doing okay, bringing somebody else in. Like, do we always have to do that for you to get off? Like,
What
am
is
I wrong?
jalapeno in bed? I'm a little slow. What's that jalapeno in bed?
In the bedroom, Tasha, don't play with me, girl.
Huh? What is that? Jalapeno.
Bring the
Spicing up the
salsa.
bedroom.
Bring the what?
It's like saying spicing it up, like bring the
Yeah,
salsa.
spice up the
Okay.
bedroom. That's
You
all.
guys know you have to break it down a little bit for me. Okay.
Go on, keep up.
We got Jerome's hand is up. Jerome's hand is up.
Jerome B.
Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing. We're gonna send you a little token. Send your email. We got some stuff for you. Jerome, your hand is up.
No, I asked the question in the chat. I just wanted to know, like, do women have to have an orgasm every time? Like, that's mandatory?
Well, you
Nope.
should. You
Yeah.
sure?
It's not real
Oh
trust.
Yes.
wow.
You are not gonna have that every time. So I don't
You're
know
not,
what Dr.
but you
Fab
should.
is. She
But
You
did
trying to
you
get
hear?
something once a
Wait.
year.
Let me go back to this. You heard Darren say
2 for
he
1.
wouldn't stop. It's like Michael Jackson. Don't stop till you get enough. There you go.
He said a weekend too.
Anywho,
So wait.
don't let them trick you.
So
Don't let them trick you.
so orgasm means like the women like they coming.
It comes
Yes.
hard.
And like the boys say, like Chris say, rock you back to sleep. Like if you don't get off on it and you all hype for it, you might not be able to get your rest properly. So it's like
Oh,
Leanne said she
wait a minute.
Leanne said she's gonna get hers properly because she's gonna roll over.
Cause I got to get back. Yes, you damn right. Cause I got to get my rest. And
Now that was funny, Leanne. If you ain't ever made me laugh before,
cause I got to get
I was laughing all on the inside.
I ain't doing all that for the work. For nothing. I got to get my rest. I got to get that release.
That good night's sleep.
Leanne, you
Absolutely.
with girl.
Take the notes, man. Look, Leanne got to be put to sleep. So if your game ain't right, you might as well keep it moving.
Okay, Ashley,
Get
you
up
got
in the-
your hands up.
I just want to comment on the whole gotta catch an orgasm thing. Like I know most women think they know men sexually, from what I've learned. They feel like they know that, oh, you gonna do this or you gonna do that. But I'm here to say that most women would probably think that a man has to come every time. But I can honestly say that I've had sex one night, all night, and didn't come.
What is wrong with you?
She probably have a
I've never
Danita eye.
heard that. I'm gonna be honest. I've never heard that from a
I've
man
never
before.
heard that unless you got something going on that we need to talk about. But
Maybe she
I
didn't have.
don't
Maybe,
know.
No,
Maybe
not
she have a needle.
necessarily.
She probably have the needle eye. But she didn't have the needle eye.
What's the needle eye?
Is the needle? Think about it. Needle eye is very tiny. So maybe
But she got some meat hanging down there or something inside?
no.
What?
Think about a needle.
It was too big.
And it was a monumental.
All of that.
Well, I'm saying it was a monumental night. Like I had sex with 4 women and I did not come one time.
Wait a
Oh, they were too loose. I'm so sorry to hear that.
In one night? It was 4 in one night?
Yeah.
4 different women in one night, and you didn't in not one time.
Yeah.
And all them was trash.
Did you have a honey pack?
I don't know. So I never heard it.
Did you have a honey pack?
No, I didn't. I just recently found out about honey pack. This was years ago.
What is that?
Tasha, you don't know about the honey pack?
No, you guys
Oh
gotta
my god!
Bring the conversation around. What is the honey pack? We want to know.
The honey pack is like literally like a pack of honey that you take it. I think you could take it like straight out the pack, or some people mix it to like dilute it a little bit. But it just you go all night with that honey pack.
What do you do with the honey pack?
You suck it. It's like you eat
why
it like
do
honey.
you need?
So I am having
Why
oral
do you
sex
need
with
the
honey.
stimulus? Okay.
No, it's not oral sex. It's like
it's just
it's
like
literally honey.
Like you,
literally like
Tasha,
honey.
it's to make the man perform longer. He
Yeah,
takes
it's
it, right?
it's all natural. Yeah,
he
it's all
takes it.
natural.
Yeah, he takes it,
Oh,
and it
hell,
makes
y'all
him
better
stand
tell
up
me,
all
'cause I
night.
would've
It's like Viagra.
And I just heard that it works for
like
women.
the blue pill.
I heard it works for women too. That's what I just heard like yesterday.
I may have to try that because I'll try anything.
No, Tasha. Don't
I'ma
do the
try the
honey
honey
pack.
pack.
Not you. Not you. It's off the market for you.
It's called
But
Royal
they just
Honey.
said women could do it too. Let me do my research on the honey pack. Hold
It's
on.
called
literally
Royal
just like
Honey.
honey.
Royal
Like a
Honey.
pack of honey.
Yeah, Royal Honey.
Literally.
Cause I got honey right in the cupboard.
It's a different kind of honey.
I don't think that honey gonna do it for you.
You're not making any tea.
Lady T, you better get that royal honey. Lady T, you better
Hey,
not
look,
get that out the
you better put that in your tea. Put that in your tea and mix it up.
Put it in your.
Tell
My
Y'all
us,
better
question
tell
is,
me because I'm gonna pour it all on my, and try to
well, my
lick it all on. But I guess
You're supposed to take it an hour and a half before it's time.
Okay, so
Okay.
while she's researching her honey pack, can I hope that Dr. Feelgood can hear us. He's had difficulties with his background noise or whatever, so he's not speaking anymore this evening. However, we would like to know if he can cut over to the commercial and we'll come back because we need a quick little breather to do our little research about the honey pack.
Hey, Auntie, can you post it in the chat? Because I see all kind of honey on the screen.
Okay.
Okay, so Dr. Feelgood, we waiting on you.
Maluka honey. Oh, maybe it's this, the Royal Honey Stick.
yes.
That's what that is?
It's not a stick. It's a pack where it has honey in it. So it can melt just like honey, get soft just like honey. So
Honey,
you
we need to have a conversation on just this honey. Educate me.
Dr. Feelgood, we don't have any sound going with the commercial, so I don't know what's going on. Did you find the Royal?
Oh, yeah.
The Feelgood still doing his DJing.
I don't know if that's it.
Which one?
She
The
put
Royal
a
honey?
picture in the chat.
That's
I don't know if that's it. Let me see if I can find it.
hold on. Let me
I post the box in the chat.
let me see this.
Well, everyone, let me
Is
say
that
this
it?
to you.
Oh, that's it.
If you want to see the commercial, go to Upscale Love for You, our group, and you'll see the commercial. Everyone that comes on, and if you're a newcomer, please go and join our group because so many different things we put in our group. You're not able to see it if you're not
You mute Dr. Feelgood. It's not working.
Okay? So Dr. Feelgood, we appreciate you trying to play it, but we getting that zigzag scratching moment. So, thank you so much. Oh, she's so
Thank
perfect.
you.
Did y'all see how she was hurried? Let me stop cloud. There go Master J. But we thank you so much for that. All right. So did everyone get a chance to find out what the royal jelly is?
Honey, Royal
Honey.
honey.
Look, I done turned it from honey to jelly, like strawberry and grape.
Yeah, I
But
think
it
that's
says
it.
for men. I don't see the one for women.
Well, I heard
It's
that
the same thing.
Yeah, same thing. From what I heard is that.
So I would take the men. Listen, I can't be growing no hair and stuff because I'm nice.
Don't worry about it. You got 4 kids. We don't need a 5th one. Leave that.
That's right.
Leave that honey alone.
It still worked, Dr. Fab.
Leave that honey alone. Okay. So everyone,
Lady T, do what you got to do, okay? Do
That's
you
right. I'm gonna try this, honey. I'm gonna see if my little tatas start growing.
support you.
Thank you.
Lord,
Thank
have
you,
mercy.
why would I?
What'd you say, Darren?
Go ahead, Dad.
That is just, I'm just thinking why that might be a little dangerous for some of us, especially those of us that enjoy hours upon hours.
Oh, well, work it out, damn.
Yeah,
Well, it ain't gonna be
it's pretty
dangerous for me.
Yeah, it's pretty dangerous if you go hours because, yeah, it definitely works.
So how many hours does it work?
I'm
It
not
stays
sure.
in your system for like I think 48 hours.
Yeah, I fell asleep.
Oh, that's like Viagra.
Yeah, but the better question is, are you going to find a woman that's willing to actually meet the challenge?
That's a good question, Darren.
That's the better question
You're not
because
going to stay like that 24 hours, Darren. So you're going to go
no,
down,
no,
but you're
no,
still
no,
going to
no,
help
no.
your
You
husband.
misunderstand. Whether it's 24 hours, 2 hours, 4 hours, or 6 hours, is the person you with going to stand up to the challenge? Are they going to actually take the challenge and say, you have to make me quit? And there are very few women that I've met that will stand that challenge to make them quit. They always give up.
They
Right.
run like Forrest Gump.
Exactly.
Yep. I've had women get mad at me for not coming.
Yeah, and that's, to me, that's
Because
retarded.
it's
No, that should be
disrespectful.
your challenge to get out of me what nobody else has been able to get out of me. It should be your job, just like it's my job to find out what makes you scream and shout. It should be your job to make me give up.
Well, all righty then. Well, you
Make
all
me
gonna
tap
know.
out.
Okay.
Darren, let
listen,
me tell
listen,
you something.
listen.
We're going to have you on just one show dedicated to your Barry White voice. And I want you to educate all of us, okay?
About what?
Anything and
About
everything.
whatever you know.
There you go.
That might get me in trouble, though.
It's okay, but you're the community. This show is about helping and educating the
And
community.
supporting the community.
And supporting the community. Thank you, panelists. I
And
love
the
it.
safe
I'm
space,
gonna try
Darren.
this honey stick, and I'm gonna let you know how it worked out. Okay.
Let us know.
Let us know
All
next
right.
Thursday.
So, everyone, I want to say thank you so much for coming on to show. Now, listen, I'm the devil's advocate, you know. And when they said they wanted to do this show, I was like, really? How you gonna hold somebody's attention for this amount of time talking about guilty pleasures? Well, I want to tell you it was very successful. I would like to say thank you to Darren, to Anson, to everyone that participated, and my little Spanish fly, my little Spanish chica. You welcome
Caliente.
back anytime, 24/7. Okay.
So,
okay, but let her know, whoever invited her, I enjoyed her, and she is, man, all the ways. We need that spice to come on. But also, I would like to thank everybody on the team for supporting the cruise. I was like, wow. At the last minute, and it's always like that, people that wasn't interested in going on the cruise, we don't even have cabins left in our group for people if they wanted to go. I was on for an hour and a half trying to dig because it is a sold out cruise, everyone. So we're going to turn all the way up to the 10th power. And I'm so excited to say that Upscale Love for You showed up and showed out with the purchasing and selling of the cabins. And the lady gave us commands this evening that it was done in a timely manner. So y'all get ready, get ready, get ready. We don't have to keep saying, will y'all buy? Can you buy? It's already sold. And now we are just in the planning stage of how we're going to turn all the way up. Game night, swimsuit challenge, you name it, we are going to do it. That man back there looked like the cussing preacher, y'all. Y'all heard of the cussing preacher? I'm going to try to get him to come on.
He blocked me on Instagram.
I'm going to try to get him to come on our show, the cussing preacher. So, anywho, everyone, I thank you all so much. Now, if y'all need to buy gifts for Christmas and stuff, send some men this here honey so that they can, the women can come up to the challenge and tell them, hey, I'm going to withstand this thing. I'm going to show you what I'm working with. So Darren can say, well, some women are still out there that will say, now it's time for you to quit. So that's all I got to say. I'm going to turn it over to Lady T for her to do her closing out, then to Special K. And last but not least, we're going to call him Sexy
Action Jackson. Action Jackson.
on for tonight. Okay, so Lady T, you got it?
I got it. Thank you, Dr. Fab. Thank you, everyone. I'm so excited. We had a ball tonight. And just remember, if you have a topic that you want to talk about, put it in the chat, or you can always sign on
it's in the
to
email.
Upscale Love for You. You can reach us on the Facebook page, on IG, and you can also send an email to what is it? Dr.
Upscale
Fab.
Love for You. And there you have it, just like it is.
Okay.
Up the letter, Upscale Love, the number 4, the letter U at gmail.com. You can always get in contact with us that way. All right.
Okay, fam. Thank you so much. I'm going to pass it on over to Special K.
All right. Well, guys, thank you so much tonight. This was a good topic. I had a lot of fun. Just thank you to everyone who participated, who even just listened. We appreciate you all. And just everyone have a great rest of your week, or even wonderful weekend. And we'll see you next Thursday. And I'm going to go ahead and pass it over to Action Jackson.
Well, thank you everyone for tuning in. It was a great show. I enjoy every bit of every moment. And remember,
Let's
nothing's
see
wrong.
you, Action Jackson.
My camera is on. Can you see me now?
Now
Once
we
again,
can.
yeah, see that pretty smile.
Yeah,
Nothing's
show your
wrong
teeth.
with a guilty pleasure, okay? As long as you hurt nobody and with pleasure, feeling good, satisfaction, and enjoying the moment. So anyone has that guilty moment or guilty pleasure is not guilty, because enjoy yourself and be safe while you're doing it. Good
All
night.
right. And I'm going to ask, I know he might be a fast little typer, but I would just like for Dr. Feelgood, he's our tech man, and his tech situation kind of went left this evening, but we know he'll get it together by next week, Thursday. If you can just say something in the chat, if you want to close in the chat, we can read. Everybody can read. Reading is fundamental. So Dr. Feelgood, you can put yay, nay, or whatever over in the chat right quick, and we're going to close out for the evening. No close out, Dr. Feelgood? Okay. Well, everyone, like I said, thank you so much. I'm so excited. My heart is beating a million miles a minute, and I look so forward to seeing you all and enjoying everything. And I will see you next week, Thursday, same place, same time. Please get your topics in so we can talk about them, because when you interact, guess what? The time flies so quickly. And guess what, y'all? It's 10:05, all the way live. From where? From the 305. Also, happy 4th. And guess what, y'all? Lady T is coming to the city country. So hopefully I'll get a chance to see her this weekend so we can turn up a little bit prior to the cruise. So welcome to the fair city.
I think I'm going to turn her out, guys.
You who?
I'm going to turn you out.
No, baby, never that. I'm a deaconess. Praise God. Hallelujah. Get off this here. Everyone, good night. Two times smooches. Mwah,
Smooches.
mwah.
Good night. Peace out.
Good night, everyone.